Hello, everyone. Welcome to our council-wide Cub Leader Meeting. Today is March 5th. It's great to see everyone here. We got people from all over the council. It's great to have you. Thanks for listening in. So the purpose of tonight is just to give the Cub Scout leaders across the council some updates on what's going on with the council. The staff that's on the call with us tonight. My name is John Whitaker. I'm the field director for the Greater Hudson Valley Council. We have Eric Lewis, one of our field managers. He handles the southern districts, Algonquin and Mohegan. Say hello, Eric.
Hello, guys.
Um, and Kim Gifford, she's our field manager for the west side. That's Rockland and Hudson, Delaware districts.
Hi, everyone.
And Liam Montgomery is our field manager for Croton River and Dutchess. He couldn't be on tonight. He also has COVID. About half of the Greater Hudson Valley Council staff has COVID right now. So it was a great training we had the other day. We are going to get right into it. So tonight, what we want to do, talk about 5 things that you should know, go over details on the Earth Day service project we have coming up. It's our first time we're doing a council-wide service project. We want to talk about transitioning Aero Light Scouts to their troops, recruiting volunteers and succession planning, and summer programs for Cubs. So 5 things you should know right off the bat. We're planning our popcorn kickoff. We're still working on an exact date, but the goal right now is to actually have 2 in-person popcorn kickoff meetings, one on the east side of the river and one on the west side of the river on back-to-back nights to give folks opportunities to come to either one and to hopefully help with travel time. So we're planning for that. We're either looking at the last weekend in May, but it's most likely going to be the first week in June. So definitely keep watch for that. Scout Day at Yankee Stadium is coming up on May 4th. Go Yankees. Just worked out details this week. We are holding a Scout Legoland Day. It's on Sunday, June 2nd. We have Baloo training coming up. That is a required training for all Cub Scout packs. At least one individual in your pack that's going camping has to be Baloo trained, and that's going to be April 26th to 27th. It is at a spot in Dutchess County. Kim, do you remember what it's called? It's on the calendar. Um,
Yes,
it's at
sorry.
a new place. It's at a new place. Um, Joyce says that Scout Day is April 6th at Citi Field. Go Mets. I'm sorry, Joyce. Maybe if Juan Soto stayed with the Yankees, I just can't promote that. I'm sorry. Anyway, just kidding. And also, we have 3 great shooting sports events coming up. Um, Archery, April 27th, Slingshot, May 3rd, and BB, May 4th. Definitely check out the council calendar because some are at Bullowa and some are at Durland. Okay, so this year we're trying out our first council-wide service project. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is organize a community service project in your community that helps the earth, and you're going to get a Earth Day patch. It is free for all scouts that participate. All you have to do to qualify is complete a service project in the month of April. Take a group photo of scouts participating in the project, and then submit the form and photo. Those details will be released later on as we get closer to April. But the purpose of this is to show scouts across the Hudson Valley doing community service and really, getting the word out there that, what we're doing with Scouting America and really just promoting scouting. So definitely make plans to do that at some point, maybe your April PAC meeting or DEAD meeting, whatever you'd like to do. Be great to have as many units from across the council participate. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over to Eric Lewis. Eric is going to talk about transferring Aero Light Scouts to troops.
Yeah, hi guys. So it's that time of year where, either your AWOLs have started crossing over or are about to. So on My Dot Scouting, there's 2 really simple ways to do it. Just online, don't need a paper application. Either the pack can initiate the transfer or the troop can initiate the transfer. Thank you, John. So, one of the key for the pack, one of the key three is going to log into My Scouting. You're going to go to the organization manager on the after you hit the menu tab. You're going to go to the organization manager, and then you're going to go down on that left side. You're going to see an option that says roster. Once you go there, you're going to see a roster with all of your scouts. If this doesn't look familiar, you know, feel free to reach out. We've got a couple guides that we can pass out and help you with. But next to each scout's name and line with all their information, you're going to click on that box, and then you're going to hit transfer. The drop-down menu, it's going to ask you what type of unit, the basic information on where they're going, and once you put it in, uh, you you're going to click transfer, and then for that troop, it's going to show up on application manager, and all they have to do is have one of their key three go in and accept their applications. And then for the troop, it's going to be the same thing. They're going to go to the organization manager, uh, and then you go to roster, and then when you there's going to be an option that says transfer in, where you put in, if you see on the screen, that information, the youth's member ID, first name, last name, date of birth, just so they make sure that they're pulling in the right person. It's going to pull up the youth, and then you're going to transfer them in. That's a little easier, in my opinion, because you don't have to go into application manager on that side. It's just going to pull the kid right in.
All right, thank you, Eric. Yeah, just to emphasize, the preferred method, easier for everyone, is for troops to pull the AOL scouts themselves. So just remember that the troops need the information listed there, the youth ID, the first and last name, and the date of birth. They can't do it without that information. And also, it just takes away the middleman of the application manager and getting units to go in, the troops to go in and accepting the applications. So definitely encourage you to do that. The other option that you can do is, the parents can initiate transferring, but a lot of times parents don't know how to do that. So
Yeah, if I could say,
definitely.
I think it's a little easier for the unit to do it. I promise you, it will take 20 minutes at most, and that's real world time, not scouting time.
Yep. Yep. All right. Okay, so we want to touch on a couple things about recruiting volunteers and succession planning. Recruiting volunteers, it sounds, it's a lot harder than it sounds, right? And I definitely know that. And I know everyone here struggles with volunteer recruitment. Every organization struggles with it. But this is something that should be top of mind for you guys moving forward, and so some things to consider, and when just to think about when you're looking at volunteer recruiting. So you want to identify the needs and roles of your pack. Um, so what if that's you're missing certain committee members or anything like that, then you definitely want to um, do that. Hey Kim, can you take over for a second? I got some. Hey,
Absolutely. Okay, so we want to identify our needs and roles, as John was just saying. Where you have open spaces. Um, okay, we need to make personal asks. It's just not a generic email to all your families. You want to ask Johnny's dad or Johnny's mom, hey, I think you would make a great den leader because, and list a trait that they have when you ask them. And be honest about the position too. We all know it's not 1 hour a week. Be honest with what you're asking. Um,
where are we at, Kim? Sorry, I'm back.
we're at leverage current volunteers, John.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I apologize. My 3-year-old was coming in to destroy everything. So, all right. So leverage your current volunteers, right? So that's using your volunteers to ask people. They might have personal relationships with other families in the program. You want to engage new families early. When you get a new family that comes in, you want to, give them little things to do. Hey, can you help bring in snacks next week, or can you take care of maybe planning this hike or something like that? You just reel them in slowly. You want to highlight the other way a good way to engage new families. There's a family talent survey that's available online that you can download, and it's a really great way of asking new families, what they do, what their interests are, their hobbies, and things like that. That's a really good way to figure out if, you never know, someone might be a nurse or a leave no trace trainer or things like that. So those are things that you can look for. Highlight the benefits of volunteering and being a leader. Cub Scouting can't work without volunteers. And scouting in general it's one of the best youth programs in the country, and it's special because of the parent involvement that should be there. There's not a lot of kid activities where the parents can be super involved, and really it's a better program when more parents are involved. Um, Offer flexibility and team support. The only way that my pack does things well is we do things all together. Many hands make light work. Um, be transparent. You definitely don't keep don't trick people into volunteering for things, and you want to establish that trust and a good level of communication. Communication is key because it makes people buy into what you're doing, the program, and makes them part of the team. You want to recognize your volunteers. When, once a month you have a pack meeting, maybe thank a den leader for doing something that's a little above and beyond, or a parent that is bringing in snacks and things like that, or anything. Just recognize volunteers and thank them. It's really important. Connect volunteering to the child's experience. Again, Eric told me a story about he went to an Eagle Court of Honor, and his father passed away before he could get his Eagle rank, and he got his Eagle, and he was so thankful for what scouting did, because if he was involved in another program um, like other sports programs and stuff, then he was able to do scouting with his father, and it gave him time with his dad, extra time. So connecting volunteering to your child's experience is important, and it's special for the kid. Follow up with your volunteers. You ask them to do something. You ask them. You just, hey, how you doing? Make sure that they know about council trainings, things like meetings like tonight, roundtables, things going on at one of our camp properties. Um, you know, a lot of times what happens with top Cub Scout pack leaders is they tend to become like gatekeepers, and they don't tell other volunteers or other members of their pack about other things that they can be doing. So definitely want to encourage them to do that. So moving on to succession planning. Um, I think a good way of thinking about um, this is think about it as a timeline. Create a calendar for yourself, backdating calendar. Look 12 months before your transition's coming up. Usually folks know when they need to exit a Cub Scout pack. There's more volunteer turnover in Cub Scout packs than like a scout troop would be, because people are in it. Their scouts are in it from kindergarten through fifth grade, and then they're done. They're off to scouts, BSA troop. So you should know, if you're a Cub Master, a committee chair, or a den leader, or something like that, that you're going to be exiting soon. So at least once a year, identify upcoming leadership gaps that have to be addressed. Engage in new families. We talked about small task volunteering, getting them to buy in more and more. Introduce the succession planning at a parents meeting. Let them know that this is what we're working towards. And when you're recruiting someone to take on as Cub Master or committee chair, it's good to you know, it's ease them into it, instead of just dropping it on their laps. And 6 to 12 months before the transition, recruit the leaders, provide training and support, continue to recognize them 3 to 6 months out, confirm successor commitments. So make sure that they actually said yes, and that they're willing to do it. It's always a good thing. You want to hand over resources, documentation, maybe if you're handing over treasurer things, you want to get them on board as a signer, things like that. Uh, and announce leadership changes so that the other members of the pack understand that the leadership is changing and that there's a a period of time where the leadership is there, so they're not just doing it suddenly. In 1 to 3 months transition, let's give them some hands-on leadership experience. Maybe let them plan a couple of pack meetings, or let them run a committee meeting, and let them run the maybe handling the bank account and stuff like that. And then official leadership handoff, and then check in ongoing support. Just check in with them every once in a while. And also another key thing that I should have probably put on here is let your field manager know when there's a leadership change, so we can update our records and know who to reach out to and talk to, and let them know that they can always talk to us too. So we love talking to new leaders and getting their bearings straight and all that stuff. So definitely encourage them to talk to us. Next, we have is summer camp. Very excited about this. Kim Gifford is our Camp Bullowa summer camp director. Eric is our assistant camp director for Bullowa in the summertime, and I can't stress this enough. They do an amazing job. My kid loves going. So take it away, Kim.
Okay, rah rah boa. So I am very passionate about the programs I run at Bullowa. I remember when my little boys, they're not little anymore, went, and how excited they were when they came home at the end of the day. And I'm really committed to make sure that your children are getting a fun and safe experience at camp. So this year's theme is Invention Convention. So there'll be a lot of STEM-based projects going on. But to start off, we have our Family Day on May 31st. And this is for, as you guessed, the whole family. So moms, dads, siblings, and it's a 9 to 4 program. There'll be activities all day long that you can bounce around to. Lunch will be served for all. Um, there is optional camping Saturday night. Either you can bring your tent, or we do have some cabin space available, and then there's a campfire at night. So guaranteed to keep everyone really busy whole entire day for Family Day camp. Okay. Next, John. Okay, and now we have 3 weeks of Cub Scout day camp. So day. So you get to pick them up at the end of the day. You get to hear about all their great stories from the day, if they're still awake on the car ride. Um, so full day camp, they have a set program that they alternate throughout the day. So they like a lot of good fashion fun. So they are swimming in the lake. They have scout skills, nature, sports. They're learning how to use the BB guns, archery. Um, a couple other things. I don't know if I said STEM and handicraft. Um, you pack you drop them off in the morning. You bring They bring their lunch with them. They have a really fun day. They are put in dens, so same age group. So they're going to meet lots of kids from all over the council. And then we have 2 weekend camps. So it starts Friday night and goes into Sunday at noon. So one is for all Cub Scouts, regardless of what rank they're in. And then the next weekend will be just the 4th and 5th graders, the Webelos and the AOLs. So a lot of fun will be happening, but I will also be working on adventures with them. So last year on that picture on the right, we did I forget what it's called, but the chef's knives one, where they help prepare lunch. So it's all about using the knives on the correct knives and the correct way to use it on cutting food. So we did some different things there. It was a good time, and scouts are coming either with their parent, or you can send them with a den leader or a pack, like scoutmaster. I'm sorry, cub master. Um, okay. And what's
So
next?
the other thing I just wanted to mention real
Mhm.
quick before we move on is there are two other programs that we offer at Camp Bullowa. That is, we do run 3 weeks of day camp for Scouts USA. So those 11 to like 14-year-olds really is what we see go to day camp. So if you're interested, there's opportunity for that age group to go to day camp as well. So if you have older scouts and things like that. And we also are offering an Eagle Week. That's I think the last week in July or the first week in August. Um, and it's already more than halfway filled up, right, Kim? I
It
think.
is. Some
Yeah.
of the
So if you
classes are
have
limited.
any Eagle Scout candidates, you definitely want to check out the calendar because registration opened up on March 1st and it's already almost filled up. So definitely check that out. So thank you, Kim, for that. And the next thing that I'm really excited about, this is new. We are um, taking the show on the road. And we're doing a program called Pop-Up Adventures. It's going to take place between August 2nd and 10th. This is our goal. We are in the works of confirming all of these locations, but what we're working on is holding a single day program to kind of give you a taste of what summer camp is like at Bullowa. We're going to be doing STEM, archery, arts and crafts, and some sort of sports, a campfire program, and you'll get the special patch for the pop-up adventures. And they're going to last about 4 hours. Some will be during the day, and others will be more like a twilight camp, 4 to 8 p.m. Type program. So what we're looking at is down in Bronxville, working on getting in the Bronxville Scout Cabin. Um, in the Yorktown area, Lewisboro, Red Hook, Poughkeepsie, Montgomery, Monticello, and Milford. So we want to get that, and um, I'm really excited. So please stay tuned on details. As soon as I get all the locations nailed down, we'll have all the information out. Very excited about that. And Kim, you're right. This is distracting and annoying. This going around, but I don't know. People will remember it, I guess. Okay. Thank you, Kim. And of course, if you need anything, reach out to us, field staff here. In Christmas time, I am Santa, but you can reach us. Our names are our emails, so it's pretty easy to remember. Um, Again, you probably talked to our council staff, but there's a bunch of emails like ghv.support@scouting.org, ghv.service@scouting.org. The other thing I wanted to mention, it's really important this time of year is, everyone probably knows Joy Lebedzinski, our registrar for the council. She is a saint, and she is our person that helps us manage the unit and individual membership renewals. So right now is a critical time. If you are not a unit, if your unit has not finished their renewal yet, and you don't finish it this month, you're not going to be able to meet anymore, do any advancement. You're not going to be covered under the insurance. There's probably about what do you think, a quarter of our units that are still in that um, in that situation, and that's all districts. So if your unit is not done with their recharter, please reach out to your field manager. I know that there are some on the call tonight that's in that um, status. So please reach out to your field manager. We can help work it out. So a lot of the hiccups are, adult leaders not doing their youth protection. Um, what else, Kim? What else? That's like a main thing, right? YPT. So anyway,
Yeah, it's really, people didn't renew on time, and now the units cannot renew the unit because
right.
the required leaders
Thank you, Kim. Yep.
haven't been resolved.
Yes. So like if a committee chair or a charter rep did not renew, um, then the unit can't renew. Okay. All right. So now it is, look at that, 7:30. Our goal is always to talk for 30 minutes and then let you guys talk and ask questions. So that's what we're going to do. It's an open floor. You can either raise your hand